Well, in part 1 of the tutorial, we were able to create the required components in terms of the layout. If probably you did not remember, if I show you, this is a main, and that main has this data here. This is a recycle view, and it's supposed to pick data that will be coordinated from this other view called item animal. This item animal has been defined in a manner that we have on the left side of your container here, you have the image of the animal. Then you will have the title appearing up there, then some description here, some location, and some weight of that animal. So now let's get into it. The logics, building the logics. So we need to build one class called a model class. This is a class that would be able to help us to take care of our data in terms of returning these values from the adapter. So we are going to have two classes here that we are going to create. We will have the class, we will just call it class animal, and that is purely a Java class. It does not have the layout. And then we will also have the create we will also create another class called the adapter, or we can call it animal adapter, which has the logics of loading data but have been entered onto the system and be able to display them now as they are called in the main Java file. So first things first, I want us to engage into the process. And so here we will come back here and then click on Java. So this is not Java, this is manifest. So we click on this Java here, then you right click, then there we go, we're gonna have a Java class. So that Java class would appear in the main, and just like that, it's going to the root. So this is a class. We have to enter the name of the class. The class is going to be called animal. Animal. So we've called this class animal, and that class is going to appear right there. So at the moment the class does not have anything, but we need to define some elements in this class of ours. So we want to define some variables for this class. So we will no usage, of course. We want to define the variables, and we will say like the first one is a title. We will call it a string, because a title is simply letters. So a string, then title. So this data will be accessible to this class, and of course it will be rendered to another class whenever there is need, but primarily it is data for this class. So we are also going to define so I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'll just copy this, cut or a copy. Yes, copy, then I will enter, paste it like that. I need how many of them? I need 5 of them. 5 of them, just like that. So I'll change this one here. I want this one to show me the data of the location. Where is this animal probably found? Then I want this other portion to be for the weight, the approximate weight of this animal. Then I would want to do description. Description like that. And then finally I would want to have the one for the image, the one for the image. So I will have something here called image, maybe resource ID. So with this, these are elements that I have defined, or they are called variables. I have defined those variables. So I need to create what we call a constructor for this class. I need to create a constructor of this class, and for your information, a constructor is a method that has a same name as the class, and it is used for creating the memory and allocating, doing allocation, allocating memory, or rather the variables are now given space to be able to run. So how do we go about that to create a constructor? So we just right click here, and then we will want to generate. We want to generate, and we say a constructor. So in this constructor, what are we going to include it? You see the name of the constructor will appear here. So we are going to include all those elements that we have defined up there in our constructor. Therefore, I will hold on control while I click on them using my mouse like that, then say OK. Now you see I have defined a constructor here, and this constructor has got these elements populated down here. Now with this constructor that I have made, of course I can just have a comment here to say that create a constructor here, create a constructor. Maybe for your information, how do you create it? Just right click, then select generate on the pop-up menu, pop-up menu, then select constructor, constructor. So that is wrongly typed. Constructor, yes. And select what to include. And select what to include. So that is a comment. This is not going to be included in your, when your program is going to run, it's not going to include this line. So that is it, how you create a constructor. But then now we also require the getters, the ones which you'll be able to pick data now, the ones which we are going to return. So just as we did, how do we then generate the getters? Because we have been able to generate the constructor, so we need to generate the getters of this project. So we will come just after the constructor, then we say create the getter, create the getter function or method. We can call it a function or method like that. So how do you go about it? Again, just follow the constructor, procedure, and choose constructor. Choose getters instead, and choose getters instead of constructors. I'll be demonstrating that instead of constructors. So this is what you're gonna do. Just right click here again. Once you right click there, you say I want to generate, and here you can see there is setter and there is getters. So we want to generate the getters, and in this we are going to generate how many getters? We are going to generate these are 5 again, 5 getters. So we select all of them, and then we say OK. So here we have the getters. Once this data has been set by the constructor, then the getters will now be able to post this data to us. They are going to return this data to us. Just like that, you've been able to create your class. That class is called animal. In other words, we have done a model class. So let's move from there. We want now to go to the next segment. So at this point, I would want to transit. We are doing part 3 that will be able to show us now how to do the adapter. Well, that's good. Keep following as we do that part.